Okay. All right, you guys, so find a comfy spot. Please make sure, oh, you guys, we also need to give some, send some healing energy to Bonnie. She inflamed her hip, so she's recuperating right now. So she needs some extra TLC, okay? So as you come into a comfy place, really, if it's not comfortable for you to cross your legs, just let your legs come out. And all I ask is that you place a little bolster or blanket underneath your knees so that you don't hyperextend your knees. If crossing your legs is a comfortable place for you, feel free to cross your legs. Just make sure that the hips are higher than the knees, okay? Let your hands come to rest, palms facing up. Let your eyes gently close. And just take a few cycles of breath before we try to change the breath or do anything with the breath. To just observe where your body is right now. And just take a moment in these first few cycles of breath to notice if there's a difference in tightness between your right shoulder and your left shoulder. Is there a difference in tightness between the right side of the jaw and the left side of the jaw? Is there a difference in tightness around the hips in terms of low back? Does one side feel tighter than the other? And then also allow that awareness to go all the way down to the legs. Does one leg feel tighter than the other? And just honor those sensations without trying to fix or change. And instead, really focus on the breath. And bring awareness to whatever feelings or sensations are coming up. We have a tremendous amount of nerve endings that take information from all the different parts of our body and then send that information up to the brain. And many times our brain is so busy focusing on other things, it doesn't hear what the body is trying to tell it. So this is the opportunity to actually begin to listen to what your body is trying to tell you. And once you've fidgeted and gotten comfortable, okay, then I want you to begin that full diaphragmatic breath. So take a deep inhale starting from the low belly. Feel that breath expand. Let that expansion of the breath come up to the rib cage, behind the solar plexus, and then allow it to come up to behind the heart. And then when you're ready, as you exhale, allow the breath to come from and release from behind the heart first, then down to the solar plexus, and then finally down to the low belly. And just begin to find your way into your breath through that low, full, deep inhale, feeling it travel up. And then that slow, deep exhale as it travels down. And at the bottom of the exhale, if you can, take a moment to draw that low belly about 2 inches below the navel gently in and up. So we're just starting to begin to work the abdominal muscles. And fill your body with breath. Slow, deep inhale, slow, deep exhale. And this time, we're going to move the breath into a little bit of ujjayi, which is also called upward lifting breath. So what you do is you gently narrow the throat. Okay? It's also known as Darth Vader breath. So that as you inhale, you're just very gently constricting that opening a little bit so that you make a slight sound. For some people, it sounds like the ocean. For some people, it sounds like a little bit of a snore. For some people, it does sound like Darth Vader. And then exhale. And you're still feeling that gentle constriction. It's like the constriction of the glottis, this back area of the throat. And what this does is it helps cool the breath down and soothe the breath. It allows you to extend both the inhale and the exhale. And then once you feel comfortable with that, if you choose, you can also bring in that gentle retention at the top of the inhale for 1 to 2 counts, whatever feels best for you. Feel that gentle sound, hear that gentle sound. It's another way for you to keep track of your breath, making sure that it stays mindful. By being able to hear your breath, it gives your body one more cue as to how you're inhaling and how you're exhaling. And then let's do 3 more cycles of breath, still focusing on this gentle sound of Ujjayi. Then at the end of the 3rd breath, gently bring your hands, palms facing down over your heart. We're going to go ahead and move into sound and tone. Please really allow your focus today to be on the vibration as it resonates in your body. So we'll begin by singing the sound of ah, then we'll move into the sound of oh, and then the sound of mm. On your 4th breath, in the silence, please set your intent for your practice today, making it an I am statement and something that you most need and something that you most desire. So when you're ready, take that full deep inhale. Use your Ujjayi breath if it feels comfortable. Gently, slowly release the hands. Allow them to come down by the sides. And with your eyes still closed, let's take a full deep inhale, lengthening, fingertips out, opening the arms all the way up. At the top of the inhale, top of the sweep, let the palms touch. Exhale. Bring the energy in your hands down. Thumbs rest on the sternum at the heart point. Take a full cycle of breath right here. On the inhale, release the hands, allow them to come down. Exhale, pause. Another deep inhale, lengthen all the way out and up. Big full breath of joy. Palms touch. Exhale, bring it down. Once again, thumbs at the sternum at the heart point. Full cycle of breath right here. And then gently, slowly release. Let the hands come to rest back on top of the thighs. Gently turn the corners of the mouth upward towards a smile. Eyes softly open. Thank you, guys. All right, here we go. We're going to move a little bit into the neck since we have grumpy neck in the house. So we'll work on getting that to release a little bit. Here's what I would like us to do, making sure that since we've got that nice little connection between the neck and the shoulders. Let's see. Grab your strap. We're going to go ahead and do cow facing arms. So I will not torment you today with the legs. We'll just do the arms. So what I'd like us to do is start by flipping it over the right side. There we go. Take the left hand, bring it up and overstretch. And then as you exhale, lengthen it down. Palm is now facing down. Then turn the palm so that it's facing away. Bend at the elbow and take the strap. Goodness. Inhale, lengthen that right arm. Turn the palm away. And as you exhale, bend into the elbow so that this way you can take the strap here. So here's what I want us to do a little bit. Usually what happens is that we get really focused on the left arm and it's like, oh, gotta get that up as much as we can. This time what I want you to do is we're gonna go ahead and play a little bit with the right elbow. So what I want you to do is you've got your hand on the strap. I want you to take that right elbow with the hand on the strap and I want you to draw circles with that right elbow. See how big you can make them. And then make sure that you do them in both directions. Good. Okay, bring it back out. Now what I want you to do is with your elbow right here, so you're going to drop it down a little bit so it's a little bit closer to horizontal. I want you to take that right inner edge of the shoulder blade and I want you to squeeze that right inner edge of the shoulder blade in towards the midline, in towards your spine. And let that relax. And then again, deep inhale, and as you exhale, squeeze towards the spine. See how much of the shoulder blade you can begin to activate. And this is kind of fun, let it relax, because your left hand is right here, so you can actually feel the activation. And then one more time, squeeze, let it relax. And now, bring the elbow up. And if it's possible, work towards bringing your hands a little bit closer together. And this time, draw the elbow a little bit behind. So the top of the elbow is moving away from you a little bit. Hopefully opening into your armpit. Breathe. Deep, full breath. This is a great place, you guys, to practice your Ujjayi breath. You can focus on lengthening your breath, cooling your breath. So again, as you inhale, see if you can find that space in the glottis. Deep inhale. Gentle snoring noise. Exhale. One more time. And now with your arms like this, I want you to gently take your head, left ear towards the left shoulder. Oh. And then gently begin to draw that ear towards the shoulder with your arms still in position. And breathe. If it feels possible, I want you to turn the nose and the gaze up towards the ceiling. Breathe. And then exhale, bring it back down. Bring your head back upright. Release this right arm first. Bring it out and down. Bring the left arm out. Roll into those shoulder blades. Really big movement. Okay. One more thing for our neck. Again, you're going to bring this left ear towards the left shoulder. And just like we've done before, I want you to take that left hand, bring it up and over the head. So fingertips are towards the ears. Again, you're only using about 30% of what you can actually do. You're going to take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, gently press that head into the hand. Just kind of notice how that feels for you today. And remember that this is something that you can do anytime your neck feels tight. Anytime it feels like you need just a little bit more. And then gently let it release. Let go of the hand, let the head come up. Rolling into the shoulders one more time. Okay. Let's move the strap over to the left shoulder. Okay. This time now, we're going to begin with the right arm. Bringing it up. Palm begins by facing forward as you exhale. Getting it down to about 90 degrees. Palm faces down. Then rotate it so that the palm is now facing away. Bring the shoulder down and then bend into the elbow and hold on to the strap. Inhale, lengthen into that left arm. Turn that left palm away. Bend into the elbow and take the other strap. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. So begin by drawing circles with this left shoulder. Pointing through the elbow and allowing the elbow to draw the circle. Good. And then let it reverse. Do circles the other direction. Good. Okay. Bring the elbow out so that the upper arm is at about 50 or 90 degrees. This time I want you to find the inner edge of this left shoulder blade. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale, squeeze that left shoulder blade in towards the center. And because of where your right hand is, you might be able to actually feel your shoulder do this, which is kind of fun. And let it relax. Let everything soften. And then again, deep inhale. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blade in. Waking things up along the back. Let it relax. And then one more time, deep inhale. Exhale, squeeze. Really feel those muscles begin to activate. And then allow that to relax. Now bring the elbow up. If it feels comfortable, work your hands a little bit closer together. And this time now with where you are, I want you to feel the tip of the elbow and gently draw it back a little bit behind you. Beautiful, you guys. That looks gorgeous. And breathe. When you're ready, gently exhale, allowing that right ear towards that right shoulder. Just notice how your body's doing with this. So we've really kind of adjusted where our arms are. If your body says yes, you can gently move your nose and your gaze up towards the ceiling and just observe how that feels. Breathe deeply. And then exhale, gently bring that head back forward. Inhale, bring the head up. Release the left arm. Bring it out and down. Release the right arm. And roll into those shoulders. Both directions. Okay, and then again, one more time. Let's bring that right ear towards that right shoulder. This time, right hand comes up and over. Again, about 30% of what you can actually do. Take a deep inhale. And then just gently press your head into your hand. So there's no movement. All you're doing is just activating the muscles. Waking everything up gently. Beautiful, you guys. Awesome, awesome. And then gently, slowly release the hand. Bring the head up. One more time. Just gently move the head and the neck, making sure that everything feels really good. Okay. Rolling the shoulders out. All right, you guys. Yay, go team. Okay, so here we go. Now we get to start playing with our psoas. Yay! So what we're going to do is we are going to start actually on our bellies. So if your chair is on the mat, like mine is, you're going to need to move it back just a little bit. So here we go. Okay. So as you come down, there we go, coming all the way down. What I want you to do, you guys, is that if laying flat on your mat creates too much curve for your low back, please take a blanket or something and place it underneath your hips, which will lessen the amount of curve, okay? So I want you to be very mindful, really work with what you have. So the thing about the psoas is that there's two parts to it. There's the upper part, and the upper part starts at your last rib, T12. And then what it does is it attaches to every single one of your vertebrae on the lumbar sides. So every single one of the lower vertebrae. And then it goes and comes in front of the sacrum and passes in through the inside of the pelvis and picks up a muscle called the iliacus. And the iliacus and the psoas then go all the way through the pelvis and attach to your inside of your femur bone, flexor trochanter. So this is a really big muscle. So the first thing I want you to do is very gently bring your arms forward so that you're on your forearms. Palms are either going to touch lightly or you can lightly interlace them. Okay. You're going to make sure that the elbow and the shoulder are about the same vertical line. And so this first part, so this is called stink. So you can either interlace, you can keep palms touching, or you can place palms down. It's whatever feels best for you. So this first part is very subtle. All you're going to do is as you exhale, I want you to bring your ribs, your ribs right here, towards the back side, right here, of your elbows. Okay, so all you're doing is you're just drawing forward. Oh, which is a really yummy stretch. And again, if this is too much curve, please place a blanket underneath your pelvis, underneath the front edge of your hips. And then just let that relax. And so again, we're going to take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, just gently feel the ribs work towards coming through the arms. Very gentle movement. And then let that relax. And then one more time, deep inhale. Exhale. Feel the ribs and the belly just gently begin to open. Begin to slide forward. Beautiful, you guys. That looks awesome. And then gently, slowly, let that release. So from here, we're going to take a break. I want you to come down onto your hands, bend into the knees, and gently curl through the low back just a little bit, and come into whatever variation of child's pose feels best. And just feel everything stretch. So basically what we're doing is we're going to just kind of move back and forth this way. Allow the knees to be slightly wider than the trunk, okay, so that your rib cage has something to rest on, which is the inner edges of your thighs. If you want to play a little bit with the shoulders, because you might be still feeling a little tightness, come up onto your fingertips so that it looks like you're doing a little bit of a spider pose. We had a cat that used to walk on its toes and run sideways. So whenever I do this, I always think of that kitty. And then from here, just to make sure that we are nice and long, what I want you to do is you're going to come back into tabletop, okay? I want you to curl underneath your toes. And this part here is however much you can do. So there's lots of variations. I'm going to walk us through all variations, but I want you to choose what feels best. The first thing I want you to do here, as we are moving back a little bit, hips towards the heels, is notice where your shoulders are. If your shoulders are up at your ears, then I want you to roll those shoulder blades down and back so that you've got space. Beautiful. You're going to ground into the base of the palms. So notice how my fingers are up and I'm grounding into the base of my palms. Then push down through the palms, lift the knees. Now we're in squat dog. And it might be that this is the entire posture for you. Beautiful, you guys. And then gently come back down. Come on back to the tops of the feet. And what I want you to do is lift the feet for a moment and just do a couple of ankle circles. So we're just kind of opening into things a little bit. We're going to do this nice and slow. Okay, and then feet are still raised, curl underneath the toes. Press back. Now remember, you guys, if flexion is an issue through the knees, you don't have to come all the way back hips to heels. Only flex as far as it's comfortable, okay? Even here, not very flexed, I can still gently draw my knees up, okay? So it really doesn't matter where you are. So if it's comfortable back here, come back hips to heels. If it is comfortable further forward, do that, okay? So just take it to where it's comfortable. Beautiful, you guys. Good. And then gently, slowly release. I want you to walk your hands back. And now we're going to move a little bit deeper into the psoas. So we're very gently bringing ourselves down. And again, make sure if this is too much curve, lordotic curve, please put a blanket underneath the front of your pelvis. Now what we're going to do is we're going to work our way up into cobra a little bit. So what I want you to do is bring your hands so that the fingertips are behind the collarbone. They're wide enough so that your elbows can roll inward towards your waist, okay? And so this we're going to do with our breath. So I want you to take deep inhale. And as you take that deep, full inhale, I want you to notice that the inhale actually creates the movement. You don't have to. Exhale, let it relax. If you want to relax and bring your chin back onto the mat, that's great. So again, another deep inhale. Notice how this is moving you up off the mat. Exhale. Let it relax. As you're here, if it feels comfortable, I want you to work those big toes so that they're touching. If the heels fall away, that's fine. And then one more time, deep inhale. Notice how that fills you up. This time as you exhale, I want you to see if you can hold yourself where you are. And then again, deep inhale. Exhale, hold where you are. And then one more time, deep inhale. Exhale, hold where you are. So now, on the next exhale, bring it all the way down. If you choose, I want you to bring your hands away from the side. Let your hands form a little diamond shape, and then rest your head in the diamond. Top of the forehead. So you guys, there's a couple things that we're doing here. Not only are we very gently stretching into the psoas, but we're also working on strengthening the erector spinae muscles in our back. And these guys are really important trunk stabilizers. So this is kind of, you're getting a twofer. One more cycle of breath, just in deep relaxation. And now you're going to gently release. We're going to do a variation. Typically, what would happen next is that we would do another variation of Salabhasana locust with the arms out. But what tends to happen, with the arms out is that we start putting all this focus on the shoulders. I want this to stay on the back. So what I invite you to do is just gently overlap the backs of your hands onto the small of your back. So your elbows are bent. If it's comfortable, you can actually hold on just above your wrists. So just do whatever feels best for you. You can clasp one hand or the other. And again, I want you to take a deep inhale through the nose. And allow it to bring you up off the mat. As you exhale, you're going to hold yourself in this place. And again, deep inhale. Gaze is forward and it's comfortable. As you exhale, you're going to hold yourself in place. Then one more time, deep inhale. Exhale, hold yourself in place. We're going to do this one more breath. Deep inhale. And now you may need to activate through your glutes a little bit, and that's fine. And when you're ready, exhale, bring yourself all the way back down. Let the hands come back to where they were for Cobra. And this time you're going to press down through the palms, bend into the knees, come back into tabletop. And we're going to begin just like we did before with whatever variation of child's pose feels good to you. So if knee flexion is an issue, you're going to allow this to be a little bit more like a puppy dog pose, where the sits bones are up. If knee flexion is not an issue, you're going to sink back so that the hips are moving back towards the heels. And you're going to take whatever variation feels best where you are. Breathe. Beautiful, you guys. That looks awesome. Very nice. Very, very nice. Again, bring yourself up into tabletop. You're going to lift your feet up off and curl those toes under. And again, please remember, you are doing however much feels comfortable for you. Okay? So what you're going to do is, this time, wherever you're coming from, you're going to bring your knees up. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take a deep inhale and we're going to bring our weight forward. So now we're just hovering. So this is just a variation of tabletop, but instead of being on our knees and our lower legs, we're on our toes. Exhale, press back. Inhale, press forward. You're pressing down through the palms, so you've got lots of space in between the shoulder blades. Exhale, press back. Inhale, press forward. Okay. Gently bend back into the knees, or bring them back down onto the mat. Come back onto the tops of the feet. All right. And now from here, one more time, we're going to bring ourselves all the way back down to the mat. So this time what we're going to do is we're going to move into Ardha Dhanurasana, or half bow. So I want you to begin with the right leg. You're going to just bend it up. If you know that your body is tight and this is going to be a pose that you might go, I don't know if I like this pose. Please know that you are more than welcome. So like right now, my hip and my knee are approximately in the same line. Feel free to bring the knee out to the side. Okay, this means that guess what? It's easier for you to grab the top of the foot. Okay, if you know that you have that range of motion and it feels okay, you're going to keep the knee and the hip in line and then just take the right foot around the outside. Okay, and it might be, you guys, that this is your entire practice today. If your quadricep right here is going, holy kashmoli, guess what? That's your entire practice. Because you're doing it at 100%. If you have a little bit more, what you're going to do is I want you to squeeze through the glute first. And it might be that simply squeezing through the glute, which is going to press your foot into your hand, that might be 100%. If your body says, no, I think I've got a little bit more, you're going to keep squeezing through the glute. And now what you're going to do is I want you to lift your foot up towards the ceiling. And breathe. So now what we're working is not only through the legs, but we're also stretching this lower part of the psoas. Go team. And breathe. And if you're starting to shake, that's fine. If you're starting to glow, that's fine. Gently, slowly let it relax. Deep full inhale, deep full exhale. And then again, I want you to take a deep inhale. As you exhale, squeeze through the glute. Please remember that you are only going as far as it feels good. Remember the kitty cat. I want something that feels delicious, yummy. If your body says it would like to do more, now I want you to lift your torso a little bit, just a little bit. Keep breathing, keep squeezing through the glute. And then gently, slowly, let the torso come down. Let the leg come down. Okay. Release the right hand from the right foot. And now what I want you to do, you're still on your palms, elbows are kind of down and in half mast, they're relaxed. Let the hips and the pelvis gently rock a little bit from side to side, just feeling that release. Let everything relax. Okay. We're going to now go ahead and do the left side. So I'm going to change sides here really quickly just so that it's easy for everybody to see. Okay. All right. So again, you're going to bend this left leg up and in. If your body can keep the hip and the knee in line, that's great. And you'll take your hand around the top of the foot, the dorsal side of the foot, from the outside. If that's too much length, Please feel free to bring the knee out laterally. Okay, so you're abducting that thigh a little bit. Okay, it just makes it a little bit easier for you to hold on. We're not making any kind of big movement, so please do what feels best. So again, half bow. So it might be that just holding on with your hand is as much of an opening as your quadricep wants to do today. So please honor that. If you can do more, I want you to squeeze into the glute first. Notice how that feels. If that is 100% for you, just squeeze and breathe. If your body says yes, it would like to do a little bit more, you're going to begin lifting that foot up towards the ceiling. And just breathe. Finding space. Keep breathing, use your Ujjayi breath. And then gently, slowly let it relax. You can let your chin come back to the mat. Feel your body soften right here. And now we're going to do a second set. So again, it might be that just holding on with your foot, your hand to your foot is 100%. If you'd like to do more, squeeze through the glute. If your body would like to do more from here, gently begin to push that leg up towards the ceiling. And if your body would like to do more from here, gently press into that right palm, bringing the torso up just a little bit. And breathe here. Gaze is forward. I'm not pushing out through my chin. I can breathe comfortably. I can swallow comfortably. And we're going to let it all relax. Let go, hand from foot. And again, just very gently slide the hips from side to side, letting go of any stress or tension that may have built up. All right. From here, hands are as they would be if you were going to come up into cobra. Press down through the palms. Bring yourself up into tabletop. One more time, curl your toes under. Take whatever amount of flexion feels good through the knees. Then gently lift those knees up. Inhale, bring your torso forward. Exhale, press back. One more time. Inhale, press forward. Exhale, press back. And now I want you to bring that left foot one step forward. Bring that right foot one step forward. You're going to keep as much bend in your knees as you need to. Maggie, I'm sorry. Please take whatever variation feels best. I don't want you to put too much pressure into your head. Breathe. Gently release. Come back up onto the balls of the feet. Step the feet slightly back. Bend into the knees. Come back down to tabletop. Take whatever variation of child's pose feels best. I want you to take 5 cycles of breath. Yes, that's a long pause. We just did a lot of work. Okay, you guys, gently, slowly. Bring yourself back into tabletop. Come back into a seated posture. Yay. How are we feeling, you guys? Is that okay? Okay, good. All right. So we're going to do a little bit more this time. So one of the things too, that when we stand and we start doing where we're lifting our legs, I want you to think in terms of the oblique muscles. You've got 2 layers. You actually have 4 layers of abdominals, you guys. 3 wrap around you. The transverse abdominals wrap you like a corset. They come horizontally around. Then you have 2 layers. You have 1 layer that does a crisscross from back to front, and 1 that does from front to back, okay? Those are your obliques. So we're gonna work those just a little bit. So I want you to have your blocks, you guys. I'm gonna show you the setup first from the side, how I want you to be. So we're gonna have knees bent. You're gonna be at your sits bones, and you're gonna go either from upright, which is going to be easiest, to further back, which is going to be a little bit more work, okay? Now, what we're gonna do is I want you to start with 1 block on each side. And you're gonna need to test this because you're gonna need to be able to twist to come over and pick it up. Does that make sense? All right? So you guys, I'm asking a lot of you and your core today. This is not something, normally when we do Navasana, it's like we're very still, we're really working, we're in isolation, and it's very isometric, right? There's no range of motion. Today I'm asking for range of motion, so you got to promise me that you're going to be really careful with this one, okay? So get your blocks to where they're comfortable, where you can grab them, okay? Now, I want you first of all, before we do anything, to just let your hands come down by your sides, and I'm going to move this way so that way you can see. And I want you, before we do anything, find those inner edges of the shoulder blades. I want you to squeeze those together. Squeeze. Oh. And then let it relax, okay? All right. So here we go. So I want you to start so that your torso is almost vertical. Your feet are about hip distance apart, okay? Find that core, use your Ujjayi breath. If you can keep that lower abdominal core gently contracted through this, great. If not, that's okay. We're doing new movements. So the first thing is, you're gonna bring your arms up so that they're parallel, palms are facing each other. You're gonna bring yourself back, good. Now, I want you to turn to the left first. Take your hands, grab your block, lift the block. So now we're at a twist and a turn. Inhale, bring the block forward. Sit back up, so now we're vertical. There you go, good. Exhale, bring it back. Turn. Oh yeah. And bring the block down. Okay, now we're going to take the next block. Bring it up. Inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, bring the torso up. Pause. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, twist. Hold. Inhale, bring the block down. Good. Again, inhale, grab the block, lift the block. Inhale, bring it forward, and take a break. Bring that torso forward. Here we go. Exhale, bring it back. Twist. Bring the block down. Take the other block. Inhale, bring it up. Swing it forward. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, come back. Yes, we're messing with our breath. Exhale, bring it over and let it come down. One more time. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale. Face it forward. Inhale. Sit up. Exhale. Bring it back. Inhale. Twist it over to the side. Take the other block. Exhale. Bring it up. Inhale. Bring it forward. Exhale. Come forward. Inhale. Bring it back. Exhale, twist. Gently release the block. Inhale, bring yourself forward. Woo, roll it out. How'd that feel, you guys? Yeah, no, you hate me, or are we okay? Kind of fun. Normally, you guys, we do that with the lower body. I want you to start playing with activating through the trunk and making twisting motions, not with your bones, but with your trunk muscles, okay? All right, so now guess what? It's time to grab the chair. So grab your chair. Holy socks. You guys, time goes too fast. It just goes too fast, okay? So this one, because we just did all this core pull, and we need to open everything back up. We've got it so that the seat is close to you. What I want you to do is you're going to turn yourself around on your knees, okay? Place your hands at the back, or if it's comfortable, if you know that you want to do a little bit more, you can take your hands along the side. So hands at the front of the seat, that's going to be smaller than hands along the side, okay? So the first thing I want you to do here is breathe, take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, I want you to squeeze those inner edges of the shoulder blades together. And then let it relax. One more time, deep inhale. Exhale, squeeze, and now this time allow the hips to come forward a little bit. So again, we're working into the psoas, gently compressing into the spine. Breathe here. And then gently, slowly release. From here, turn yourself back around. Let your hands come to rest, forearms on the seat of the chair, and then just gently lengthen. So your sits bones are not going to touch the tops of the feet. This makes it just a little bit easier for those of us that don't have a lot of flexion in the knees. And just breathe. Let everything relax here for a moment. Okay. Here we go. Gently, slowly release. Hands to the bottom of the seat, or to the seat. Step up. All the way. Okay. All right. I'm going to change the camera really quickly. Here we go. Okay. All right, you guys. So, before we finish with our dips, we're going to do one more thing. I want you guys to take your blocks, okay? So, please be very careful with what you're doing, because we're going to put everything, we're going to start putting things all together. So, place your blocks over here, and I take that back. We are going to do our dips first. What I want you to do, my bad, grab your chair so that now the back of it is facing you, okay? I want us to activate our glutes before we put it all together with a little bit of a twist. So you're going to keep your hands on the seat back. I want you to start with grounding in through the left leg, step the right leg back so that you have a lunge. Okay, there we go, good. All right, breathe fully here. When you're ready, what I want you to do is you're on the right toe, right, on the right ball of the foot. Heel is up. You're going to squeeze through that right glute first. And it might be that just squeezing through the glute causes enough opening through the front of the leg that you don't need to do any more. If your body says, yeah, I still have a little bit, as you exhale, you're going to gently begin to bend into that right knee. You're going to keep squeezing that right glute. This does not have to be a big movement, you guys. If you notice, I think I moved like 2 inches. That's it. And then inhale, straighten that leg back up. One more time. As you exhale, squeeze through the glute. Gently begin to bend into the knee. Breathe. Beautiful, you guys. Small, small, small. Let it relax, lengthen, and step. That right leg up. Now that we've woken everything up, left hand is still right here. I want you to practice now using the core muscles that we woke up, using the glutes, all the stabilizer muscles, our psoas. We're going to lift through the hip. So the first thing I want you to do is ground really deeply through this left leg. Spread wide through the toes and gently squeeze through those glutes. All right? If you need balance, the chair's right here. Otherwise, what I want you to do is squeeze your core now. Find it, activate it, and now bend into the knee so you're not using those quadricep muscles, but instead you're using the center of your body. Notice how by squeezing through the glutes, squeezing through the core stabilizers, it feels the leg much lighter. If you feel like you can, squeeze through this right glute, open up that thigh. Beautiful, you guys. Now you're going to close it. Use your adductor muscles. Pull the leg back to center. Good. Notice as soon as you lose your core, you start to wiggle wobble. So find that core again and gently, lightly place that right leg down. Do a little salsa hips. Yes, good job. Are we ready? Now we get to do the other side. So here we go. So both hands at the back of the chair. Okay. I want you to take a large step back with that left leg. So again, the ball of my foot, oops, hang on, my blocks are blocking. The ball of my foot is on the mat. The heel of my foot is off. So again, small movement here. I want you to squeeze through the glutes. As you exhale, gently bend into that left knee. And again, this is not a large movement, you guys. I want you to feel your adductor muscles working. If you feel this very high to the inside of the thigh, that's good. That's your psoas. Breathe, or your iliopsoas, my bad. And then gently lengthen the leg. Let it pause. One more time, deep inhale. Exhale, squeeze through the glute, and then gently bend or begin to bend into that left knee. Breathe. Beautiful, you guys. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Beautiful. Let it relax, straighten into the leg, and hands on the back of the chair if you need it. Lightly step that foot up. Okay, now we're going to work coming from the hip on this left side. So again, you've got your chair if you need it. This time, right leg gets very long and strong. Spread wide through those toes. Squeeze through the glute, making sure that you're not hyperextending through the knee. Squeeze the core, you guys. Make the core work. And then gently bend. So the knee is bent so that you're only working the hip muscles. Breathe. Keep squeezing. Notice that by coming from a very strong core, lifting the leg becomes much lighter. If possible, squeeze through this left glute, Opening the leg up. Oh, there we go. Sorry, my bad. I started talking, quit squeezing through my core. Ha. Happens with the teacher too. Bringing it back, so squeeze through the adductor muscles. Keep squeezing through the glutes. Keep squeezing through the core. Get very light, you guys. The more you can activate through the center, the lighter the leg becomes. Exhale, lightly float it down. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna move the chair out of the way. We're gonna bring all of this now together. So what I want you to do is take blocks to either side, okay? So they're on the edges of the mat. We're gonna start in Tadasana. So let your hands come palms facing out, also known as anatomical position. Spread wide through those toes. Take a deep, full breath of joy, just like we did at the beginning of class. Exhale, sweep the hands down, squeeze through the glutes before you do anything else, and then gently bend yourself forward, whether it's coming down one vertebrae at a time or coming down with a flat back, but really activate through those glutes, you guys, and gently, slowly, palms come to rest on top of the blocks. Beautiful, you guys. From here, as long as it feels good, you can bring your knees out a little, or your feet out a little bit wider if you need to. Deep, full breath. I want you to press down through your feet, squeezing through your glutes so that the hips begin to come up. Just allow this, even if it's just a millimeter more. Taking your forward fold just a little bit more. From here, we're going to take a deep inhale. So you're still pressing down through the feet, but I want you to lengthen back into the torso, moving yourself back into gazing pose or Ardha Uttanasana. Half forward fold. Exhale. And this time what I want you to do is I want you to start with that right foot and take a very large step back. Now, remember, everything that we just did, standing, do from here. Squeeze the glute. Use your core to make a very large step back. Beautiful, you guys. If you know that you have a little bit wider stance that you can take, I want you to toe walk that left foot forward. There we go. Now, bring the hips down, hands are on the block. Beautiful, you guys, good. Check in with how that feels. All right, here we go. I want you to press into your hands, squeeze through the glutes. You're going to take that right leg and you're going to step as many times up as you need to come back into gentle forward fold. I'm going to change sides here just really quickly, because guess what? Now we're going to do this with the left side. So again, press down through the feet, squeeze through these glutes, and inhale, lengthen the torso away so that now we're moving into gazing pose. Exhale, gentle fold. Let everything soften. This time I want you to shift your body weight into that right foot, left foot. Squeeze through that right glute. Takes a very large step back. Again, toe walk that right foot forward if you can, if it's needed. Gently drop the hips so that you have one long line. Squeeze through the glutes a little bit. This time I want you to gently activate through your adductor muscles. Try, even though you have one leg forward, one leg back, take those inner thighs and gently try to squeeze them together a little bit. Good. Now what we're going to do is you're going to take as many hops as you need to. Squeeze through those glutes. Step up and come down. Take as many steps as you need to. Pause. If it feels comfortable, Take your hands to your elbows and gently sway just a little bit. Okay. Come back to center. What I'm going to do next is I'm actually going to face you because we're going to add a twist. So we're in forward fold. We're going to come back up to standing. So I want you to squeeze the glutes, press down through the feet. You're going to curl up either one vertebrae at a time or with a flat back, whatever is best for your body. Beautiful. Deep inhale. Big breath. Exhale. Hands to the heart, thumbs to the sternum at the heart point. Breathe here, you guys. And again, deep inhale. Exhale. As you begin to come down, you should be squeezing and grounding through the feet, so press down. You're either rolling down or coming down with a flat back. Please do what feels best. Hands come to the block. Beautiful, you guys. Gentle fold. Only do as much as your body says feels good. Deep inhale, gazing pose, half forward fold. Exhale again. I want you to shift your body weight into that left foot. Squeeze into that left glute and step that right foot, big step back. Beautiful, you guys. Now, where you go from here is completely dependent on how strong your body's feeling right now. If your body says yes, you're going to take that left hand on top of that left thigh and bring your torso up. Are you squeezing into your glutes? If your body says yes, you are going to take this right elbow and bring it to the outside of that left knee. This might be your entire posture. If balance is an issue, you're going to take that left hand and bring it back to the block. You guys, this is however much your body can do. If there's more, you're going to come all the way back to the hips. Feel that right hip drop. Palms touch. Elbow comes up. Gaze looks off to the left. Breathe. Gently release. Hands to the block. Unwind that right hand. Hand to the block. Squeeze through the glutes, and you're going to step as many times as you need to bring the feet back up, back to forward fold. Breathe. Let everything here soften. This is a great place to unwind that low back. Second leg, squeeze into this right glute. Step that left foot back. Toe walk that right foot forward if it needs it. Come into your lunge. Honor the fact that this side might be completely different, you guys. If your body says yes, you're going to take this right hand, bring it on top of the thigh, left hand on top of the thigh. Beautiful. If your body says, yes, I can do more, take this left elbow, bring it to the outside edge of the right foot. Check in with your hips, you guys. That left hip should be dropping. If you can do more, right hand on top of the left, elbows up, gaze to the right. Breathe, squeeze. Pretend like you're having a fabulous time and remember the kitty cat stretch. How good it feels. Release. Right hand to the block. Left hand unwinds. Left hand to the block. Step. That left foot forward. Woo! Gentle fold. Squeeze through the glutes. Press down through the feet. Big deep breaths, you guys. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more time. All right. From here, press down through the feet, squeeze into the glutes. You're going to come all the way up, either with a flat back or a rounded back. Do what feels best, one vertebrae at a time. All the way up. Big breath of joy. Exhale. Woo! Down to the heart. Beautiful. Ladies, you kicked it. That was gorgeous. How did it feel? Okay? Yes. Yahoo. All right. Guess what? Now we get to come down onto our backs. Yay! All right. You're going to take your chair if you choose. You can either do your final relaxation with legs up the chair, or you can do your final relaxation flat out, okay? So please take what feels best for you. If you are gonna go flat, if I can make a suggestion, before you go completely flat, take a moment and draw your knees up and into your chest. Give yourself that gentle squeeze, that gentle hug. Take both knees, and I want you to draw gentle circles with both knees. Really work on feeling all of the pressure points around the sacrum. Move it in both directions. And then from there, one last time, gentle squeeze, gentle hug. You can either lengthen your legs flat on the floor or place your legs on top of the chair. Let your arms come down by your side. We did an awful lot of work today, y'all. So please take a moment to reconnect with yourself. If it feels good, I want you to take a deep, full inhale coming from that low belly, and then as you exhale, gentle ha. Let it go. Do that twice more. Deep inhale. Oh. Let everything go. Let it soften. And before you allow the ground to hold you, just take a moment to observe how your body is feeling now, how your mind is feeling now, how your heart is feeling now. Feel the floor receive you. Allow your body to breathe you. And unwind into the space of surrender. Gently, slowly, begin to find your way back. Start with fingers and toes, hands and feet. Allow your body to make whatever movements feel best. And then bring that awareness back through the legs and the arms, deep into the breath. Taking a full deep inhale and exhale through the nose. Then use that breath, if you choose, to bring your arms up over your head to stretch and lengthen, opening into the body as if for the first time. Breathing as if for the first time today. And then draw your knees high into your chest. Wrap your arms round. Give yourself that hug one last time. And gently roll yourself onto your side. Press yourself into seated position. Thumbs against the heart sternum. Guys, thank you so profoundly much for allowing me to be part of your practice today. I honor the divine in you that is the divine in me, that is the divine in all of us. Namaste, and may the blessings be.